Good morning, learners. Today we will discuss a new topic that is on foreign policy. Here we will discuss the meaning, definitions, and objectives of foreign policy. The term foreign policy comprises of two words, foreign and policy. The term foreign indicates territorially sovereign units which exist beyond the legal boundaries of a particular state, and policy means guide to an action or a series of actions intended for a realization of goals of an organization or a state. So, the term foreign policy simply refers to the sum total of principles, interests, and objectives which a country promotes while interacting with other countries. The thrust of foreign policy keeps on changing according to changing international conditions. Or you can say a country's foreign policy consists of self-interest strategies chosen by the state to safeguard its national interests and to achieve goals within international relations milieu. The approaches are strategically employed to interact with other countries. Or we can say that foreign policy is such policy which denotes how a country uses different strategies to guide its relationship with other countries and international organizations. So foreign policy जो टर्म है वो क्या मीन करता है? फॉरेन पॉलिसी जो टर्म है वो सब स्ट्रेटेजी को रेफर करता है जिसके जरिए और जिसको यूज करके एक देश दूसरे देश के साथ रिलेशन मेंटेन करते हैं और खुद का जो इंटरेस्ट है और जो नेशनल इंटरेस्ट है वो फुलफिल करना चाहते हैं और अचीव करने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं. So there are lots of definitions on foreign policy. Among them, one is given by George Modelinsky. According to him, foreign policy is the system of activities evolved by communities for changing the behavior of other states and for adjusting their own activities to the international environment. According to C.C. Roddy, Anderson and Crystal, foreign policy implies formulation and implementation of a group of principles which shape the behavior pattern of a state while negotiating with other states to protect or further its own interests. Padelford and Lincoln also pointed out that foreign policy is the way through which a state decides what course of actions it will generally pursue in world affairs within its limits of strength and realities of international environment. Actually, there are several objectives of foreign policy. First and foremost objective of foreign policy is to protect national interests and ensure safety. So, the prime objective of foreign policy is to promote national interests like safeguarding sovereignty of the country, territorial integrity, promoting values and ideology of the country, and economic well-being. It also involves assurance of safety and security of its citizens, both at the home and abroad. This may involve building up of military capabilities, forming alliances with other countries, or engaging in diplomatic efforts to prevent conflicts. फॉरेन पॉलिसी का बहुत सारा ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है. उसमें से सबसे जो प्राइम ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो है नेशनल इंटरेस्ट सेफगार्ड करना और क्या इंश्योर करना, सिक्योरिटी ऑफ इट्स सिटीजन्स. एक देश का जो नागरिक होता है उन लोगों का सिक्योरिटी सेफ्टी इंश्योर करना फॉरेन पॉलिसी का फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट एम है. Then another objective of foreign policy is to foster economic growth and development. In order to foster economic growth, foreign policy promotes international trade, economic cooperation, negotiation of trade agreements, seeking access to resources and investment. It also involves working with other countries to address global economic challenges and promote sustainable development. और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव है फॉरेन पॉलिसी का क्या करना, इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट फोस्टर करना. इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट कैसे फोस्टर कर सकते हैं? थ्रू इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, कोऑपरेशन विद अदर कंट्रीज इन इकोनॉमिक फील्ड, देन by doing several trade agreements, etc. Another objective of foreign policy is to promote global peace and security. To promote an environment of peace and security, it involves working towards conflict resolution, disarmament and non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. It also includes participating in international efforts to combat terrorism and other global threats. So, और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव है फॉरेन पॉलिसी का क्या प्रमोट करना? ग्लोबल पीस एंड सिक्योरिटी. ग्लोबल पीस एंड सिक्योरिटी कैसे प्रमोट कर सकता है? थ्रू द प्रोसेस ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिजोल्यूशन. उसके बाद ऐसा बहुत सारा इंटरनेशनल एफर्ट्स होता है जहां पे इसके ऊपर डिस्कशन होता है कैसे टेररिज्म और अदर जो ग्लोबल थ्रेट्स है उसको कॉम्बेट किया जा सकता है वहां पे पार्टिसिपेट करके. Another objective of foreign policy is to maintain political stability. So, foreign policy can be used to promote political stability both within the country and as well as in abroad. This may involve supporting democratic governments, helping to mediate conflicts or promoting human rights. So, और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव है फॉरेन पॉलिसी का क्या है? वो पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी प्रमोट करना. पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी कैसे प्रमोट कर सकते हैं? पॉलिटिकल स्टेबिलिटी प्रमोट करने का बहुत सारा क्या है मीन्स है, जैसे डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट का सपोर्ट करके जो सिटीजन्स को प्रायोरिटी देगा और ह्यूमन राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए काम करेगा. Then another objective of foreign policy is to influence international relations. How foreign policy influence international relations? Foreign policy can be used to shape international relations and shape the global order. How? It may include promotion of certain principles or values like democracy, human rights, or try to influence the behavior of other countries. Through these measures, foreign policy can influence international relations. Another objective of foreign policy is to facilitate cultural exchange. और एक फॉरेन पॉलिसी का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? कल्चरल एक्सचेंज फैसिलिटेट करना. हाउ? Through the promotion of cultural cooperation and understanding between countries, it can facilitate cultural exchange. Then another objective of foreign policy is to protect environment. How foreign policy protect environments? Foreign policy of a country involves working with other countries to address environmental challenges such as climate change and pollution. एक country foreign policy के जरिए एनवायरमेंट भी प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं? जो एनवायरमेंटल चैलेंजेस है लाइक क्लाइमेट चेंज, पोल्यूशन, वो सब कॉम्बेट करने के लिए दूसरा कंट्री के साथ पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन कर सकते हैं. कुछ ऐसा इनिशिएटिव ले सकते हैं जिसके जरिए पोल्यूशन कम हो या क्लाइमेट चेंज जो हो रहा है वो कॉम्बेट कर सके. Then another objective of foreign policy is to promote human rights and democracy. How foreign policy promote human rights and democracy? Foreign policy advocates the protection of human rights and promotes democratic values around the world. By doing this, it can protect human rights and promote the democracy.